Alright guys, it's time for the Strength card. And in this card, there is a woman who is taming a lion. And in some decks, the lion has his tongue out, and in this one he does. So one hand is under his jaw and the other's on his forehead. And she's wearing a wreath around her head, and she's wearing white. So this card is very, very much about conquering your inner wild beast. Is that a good word? It's about conquering your impulses and taming them and being very integrated. This card to me feels very, very integrated. So the woman to me is representing the ego, and then the lion is representing her inner wild beast, like her inner wild self, her untamed self, her subconscious? Is that the word I'm looking for? The subconscious aspect of self? So when someone does not have a hold of their subconscious aspects, there can be a lot of ruin and difficulty in their life. But this card is very much about coming together with your inner strength and your inner power, and not allowing your how do I want to put this? Not allowing that instinctual part of you to like run the show and create havoc. So this card also represents a sort of balance to me, right? Like if you are with a wild animal and you show fear, the wild animal wants to pounce, right? You're being weak, the animal is taking over. But when you are secure in yourself and when you are centered in yourself, the wild animal can sense that, and the wild animal will see you as the alpha, right? And it won't attack you, okay? So what I see with this card is very much your inner impulses, your very carnal, instinctual aspect of self is following the lead of your higher self, okay? So that part of you isn't rebelling and creating chaos, okay? It's like going with the flow. This can also mean overcoming addictions, overcoming habitual behaviors that are negative, that you don't want to do anymore. It can mean overcoming like compulsiveness, doing things too many times, or doing them in an unhealthy way, or doing them to excess or something, right? This card very much means that. It means tapping into your inner resilience. It means your subconscious working with you instead of your subconscious working against you, right? So someone who has tamed their inner wild beast, so to speak, is someone who is sure of themselves, who is integrated, someone who has courage, someone who has an open heart, who has compassion, right? So you're able to tame fear because your heart is open, and you are showing up with a situation with openness, sharing, compassion, the ability to see things differently. You're not showing up with judgment and fear. You're not doing that, right? Because if you showed up with judgment and fear, the animal would be eating this girl on the card, right? Instead, that's not what's happening, right? The girl is taming the inner beast within. So it's very much tapping into your own power inside of you, and that power working for you and not against you. That is the main thing that I feel when I move into this card. So you do have inner strength, and your strength does get to work for you. It does get to help you move forward. It does get to enrich your life. It does get to help you. The other thing that I feel about this card is it's very much about trust. Trusting yourself, trusting your inner impulses, being in alignment with your inner impulses, and because you trust yourself, it's like other people trust you, right? Like when other people get around you, they trust you because you're standing in your authentic power, you're being true, you're being courageous, you are, I don't know if altruistic is the word, but you are very much giving. This card feels like someone who is open, receptive, and giving. And so just like the lion is trusting this woman and is being docile, other people, even though they may be difficult, even though they may be difficult, they do trust you, and they will go like kind of along with your program, so to speak. So this can also mean taming a difficult person. If I reverse this energy, what it feels to me is like being out of control. Being out of control, it feels weak, not having a grip on your power, not having a grip on your force or your will. It feels kind of like being a little bit of a coward, feeling very scared, like hiding, right? Like there's the wild beast, but like you go run in the bushes instead, right? Like that's the reversed energy of this card. Hiding from your strength, hiding from your courage, not being able to face something. It's another feeling I get when this card is reversed. Very much feeling like you just don't have the inner reserves to do what's needed or to face a certain situation or problem or whatever it is that's going on in your life, right? So the opposite would be being weak, hiding, feeling frail, feeling unable to step up to the plate, feeling unable to accomplish something, feeling like I just don't have the strength to do that. Like I can't get that done. I don't see how I can get that done. And really what I want to do is run in the other direction, right? So that is the opposite energy of the Strength card.